I'll turn it over to Scott. Walk us through what are some of the big things going on.
I'll try to highlight from each region. So I put together a PowerPoint just to kind of visually let you see where everything is at. Let's just start with Eurasia. And just to mention there that the green here is where we have existing work, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Latvia. The little blue country, we were able to meet in April in Serbia because all of us are able to travel. They're visa free. And so we're kind of diving deeper with our leaders that we've been training in these regions for some time to train them as master trainers and really help them to be fully established in their ability. The Russians really want to take PLI to other Russian-speaking countries, and Latvia is involved in that. But also, you see in orange, Ukraine. Ukraine has reached out to us and would like to see PLI start and are even open to working with other different denominations. And so the Latvians hope to take their training to Ukraine yet this year. They'll go in through Poland and begin training with them. This is just a picture too in Latvia. We've been working with them for 16 years. It's significant. They're still training pastors and spouses, but they've also now really made a huge commitment to start training on local congregational level. So this is the first group they were actually starting to train on a congregational level, and they're going to be having their largest training in August that they've had since they've started. So over half of the pastors have been trained now in PLI, and they're really committed. The new archbishop is one of our trained trainers, and so they're really taking hold of PLI and now taking it down to the local congregational level. Europe, we saw the launch of training in Europe through our Cameroon partners and leaders from Cameroon, Rwanda, and Burundi, all French-speaking leaders in France, Belgium, and Luxembourg came together in two different locations, one in Belgium and one in Luxembourg, and began to train. So 42 leaders were trained there. So we're launching in Europe through immigrant leaders, which is really exciting. These are just a couple of pictures. This is the group that was in Belgium, and the one in the striped shirt, that's Pastor Philip. He's from Cameroon, and he's leading the training there. And this is the group that was together with him in Luxembourg, and then a few others joined online. This is our work in Africa. So all of the work, all the ones that are in green are where there's existing work. The orange is where work will begin this year. And so there's some new countries in Central Africa that are led by our Cameroon partners. We're also going to have leaders coming from Senegal, Guinea, Conakry, and also Cote d'Ivoire. And they're going to join in Burkina Faso. So we'll have, the training will still take place in Burkina Faso, but we will have leaders coming from those three new countries. And then Uganda and Kenya are going to relaunch this year, all of them with multiple denominations and networks. And the vision for the Uganda group is to train 6,300 couples and Kenya 5,200, which just continues to illustrate the need that Felix Niba has been talking about for a very long time. There's just so many leaders in Africa that want this training. And then Liberia will start in 2027. Emmanuel Makala just returned from there. Latin America, again, we have existing work in all these places this year. Some of them are wrapping up this year, and we'll have to kind of see what happens going down the road. Ronnie just had a conversation last night with Peru and Bolivia, which have finished their work, but now they're interested in figuring out where we can go from here and how we can work with other different church bodies and denominations. In Asia, the green again is where we have existing work with our Asia master trainers. We've been training them. We trained 1 year in Singapore, last year in Manila. This year it's still to be determined. Half of the church bodies are represented, Lutheran church bodies are now being represented in Indonesia. There's 12 Lutheran church bodies, and 6 of those are involved in the training. And then we'll be launching in Bangladesh and Pakistan. And also under the green, I should actually have added Myanmar. And then the USA context and Canada. We have work already in Ontario with our Cameroon partners from Ontario, Quebec. We have Detroit Leadership Essentials in Michigan, Chicago Leadership Essentials, and also Chicago Vision Bridge in Illinois. In the orange, we have collectives that we hope to have take place yet this year in Missouri, St. Louis, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, San Diego, California, and possibly we'll have to kind of see, but the Bay Area yet this year. And then having conversations with a leader from Madison, where we just hosted the recent collective, talking with leaders still in Texas. Ben has some leaders he's been talking to in Florida. Any questions?
Yeah, how in the world do you keep up with all these things?